Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Zai. You already know what time it is. Of course, every once in a while I gotta jump on here and, you know, backhand a few cats because, they on the internet running their mouth. And for the most part, I know cats want me to say names so bad. They're like, please say my name. Look at me. I'm one of the homegirls, Bachman, like that type of, you know what I mean? But to be honest, I'm not gonna give no shady character any type of energy. Like I might say what I say as far as to get a certain point across, but as far as like putting names out there, like there's a few fools on the internet right now. Like this guy mentioned me for one. I don't say cats' names because they're just irrelevant. I just respond to certain things that I hear when people send me clips of dudes running their chops. But at the end of the day, it's like I never really put any particular names out here because I mean, to be honest, most of the names, if I did put out there, they would all be dropouts. And, it's no, I have no real need to give these guys any type of real attention. Now, you have, cats on the internet as far as like, you can only go so far in your career. And, I don't know if fools watch my video, but I'm like, look, dude, like, even if it was possible, I wouldn't want to. I like to do my own thing as far as being up under the thumb of somebody, outside of the norm. I'm good with that. Now, it's these same cats that were able to get to a certain plateau but fail. Why? Self preservation. They felt the pressure and they cracked. Now there's a lot of cats on the internet right now wishing I was one of those particular type of individuals that cracked, but unfortunately for you, unfortunately for you, I still remain to be the person that I was years ago. Of course, I'm, physically not in the same shape as I was. I'm not the type of, I'm not still on the same madness as I was. I'm still spewing the same venom. And yeah, I pronounce it right. Uh, I'm spewing the same venom because cats spew the same venom at me. Like, I'm one of those. This is not religion, so it's like you can't hit me and expect that I won't hit you back. Like it's just I come with that type of energy. Now understand this, man. I know it's hard for people to get, but I don't have to. Like I said, dude, I'm not dealing with Northerners. Like whatever kumbaya cats want to have, that's them. You know what I mean? Cats like, oh, well, you go to prison. Well, obviously, if I didn't go back to prison, I'm not trying to go back to prison. It's a waste of my time. See, when I say I'm out here getting the bag, cats, they want to make jokes about what type of bag I'm getting and whether it's small or whether it's big. It don't matter. I'm still getting a bag, and you can go to prison and look at dick and ass the whole time if that's what you choose to be. And those are mostly like those, the fools that ain't got nothing going for themselves, partially gay but don't want to come out the closet. Like I get it, dog, but that's for you to deal with. Now I still got a lot of homies behind the wall that occasionally I'm able to have conversations with within reason. So and it's from my understanding that they don't even want to be there, but they have no choice because they did what they did, and do the crime, do the time. You know what I'm saying? So uh, I don't know. I don't really know what to tell you guys. I don't really know what to tell the cats that are just praying for my downfall. It hasn't happened. It hasn't happened. You know what I mean? And I see like dudes try to twist words and try to utilize certain techniques in order to like slander me, but it don't work, dog. I'm still here. It's like that song, I'm still here. You know what I mean? I know cats like to use satire in order to make it seem that much greater for people not to really pay attention to the bullshit that's coming out of their mouth. But understand this, dog. If you're somebody that's uh, not really in good standings or just not in good standings at all, like you have problems maneuvering around your own city, uh, I have nothing to say to you. Like, fools are like, please respond to me, please, Zod, please, please. You can't be what you say you are. Now, as far as American Cholo, he did come in my comment and he said, whatever issues I had with Zod or me and Zod had, that shit is dead. See, what people look at this is for the cats that don't understand this. North Hollywood is right there. Sun Valley is right here. The cities are right next to each other. So if there was really an issue, I can get at him and he could get at me. You see what I'm saying? But I noticed, you got these fucking, dick suckers that don't even have no affiliation to us at all, and just, but they're looking to just, they're pulling, from everywhere. Oh, the blacks. Oh, other Southerners that are solid. Like, dude, just call a spade, dog. You're a Buster, and we're Southerners. We don't get along, outside of the few fools that might. Oh, well, he disrespected his own car because he said whoever is siding with the Northerners. I swear, look at, I promise you, dog. I don't even watch these fools' channels, but it's just people be sending me clips, and not everybody, just a few choice cats that I really mess with. Like, look, dude, I don't really deal with these cats, but check these fools out. I don't check them out, dog. So they send me clips, and then of course you got the haters, the ones that are low key Northern Riders and all these other trash bags that be on me, that running their mouth for the fools that try to act cool, but that it's really hostility. So they shoot these little clips of fools being disrespectful toward me, and they expect me to respond like, "Hey, dog, look at this fool said this." Understand this, dog. This is what can, like, people can say all the whole you have no dead homies, so you fools weren't active. I mean, you can say that all you want. For the people that are around us that know what time it is, they know what time it is. Not saying we're the hardest vodka in the valle, but you know, people know. But I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get off the subject. If I did almost 15 in a cage, flat, still repping what I represent, regardless of all the opposition I've, been against. I've dealt with homies being against it. I've dealt with gawas that, ain't nobody, I've dealt with blacks. I've dealt with everybody else. Like, I've walked into prisons where all eyes are on me, and I'm the only black Southern on the yard, but I don't mind the pressure, because if I was once a fold under pressures, I wouldn't have went through all those years doing what I did. Now, some people like to equate that with putting in work. Nobody's saying that my whole time was just rocking, but I was rocking, baby, rocking. Every time I'm needed, I rock, baby. It's a reason why I am who I am. And when you ask me why I put my name Zod, it's because every time I did put hands on somebody, they end up bowing, meaning they end up on their knees. You ever heard that saying, getting dog walked? That's where they end up, getting dog walked. Every time something kicked, the homies know that I'm going to be right there. Anybody has ever been in a situation with me where I get busy. Do I got the best hands in the world? Not saying that. But I get busy for the car. Like, it's just, and I'm always going to get busy for the car. That's whether in jail or outside of jail. But I don't need to go back to jail to prove that I'm that motherfucker. Obviously, I must be that motherfucker, because a lot of you haters just keep, you keep me in the limelight, dog. Like, you keep me viable. Like, you keep me fresh. A lot of my videos that only had like 1,000 views, you fools just didn't, you didn't just watch the video where I was saying that I don't like you fools. Like, you watched that video and watched every other video. You even watched my music videos and was like, you know what, I seen some of you were like, hey, that's fire. And I remember who you are, because in prior videos you're talking shit, but you're like, hey, that's fire. And then a couple of you fools didn't like my music, which is, to be exact, I mean, it's cool. Like, I'm not tripping off of it. But at the end of the day, you cannot discredit me. You can't discredit me, dog. Every prison I've been to, dog. Like, so that would mean that every homie that I've interacted with was no good, or he was trash, or he wasn't about the business. You can't discredit me, dog. Like, I get it. Like, you're trying hard. Like, a lot of you cats that don't like the S, you trying hard to discredit me, but you can, dog. Like, I feel myself, dog. I feel myself because I represent it, dog. I feel myself because I've been through it, dog. I've been through the mix, and I've come out on top every time, dog. Like, every time. Like, you cats pray for my downfall, but I haven't failed, dog. I ain't the folding type. I'm not I'm not the fool. Don't put me in a category like these other fools that, like, and it's not even speaking to certain cats, but for the cats that don't really know nothing about me, please don't put me in a category with these other fools that can't even go to their cities. They can't even be seen in public. Because if you are in public and you're no good and your homies do absolutely nothing to you, then they're trash too, which is to be expected on your side. And see, this is what I'm saying. Like, I'll say this before I end it. Just because I say that I don't fuck with Northerners doesn't mean I believe that they're all trash. Like I said in prior videos, I've ran into some solid cats, but at the end of the day, when it comes down to our cars, I'm gonna choose mine every time, baby. Every time I'm gonna choose mine. To this day, I'm choosing mine. It don't matter. People say what they want, black, whatever, nappy beard, whatever. It didn't change nothing, dog. If in 15 years you fools didn't do nothing, you didn't remove me from the yard, you didn't smash, you didn't do nothing. What's that say about you, dog? Like your big homies are lying to you, dog. And I'm talking not talking about the S, but I'm talking about so-called gangbangers that be like, oh, well, if one of those hit the yard, we would do something to dog. Dog, I've walked on a gang of yards, and yeah, I've been on 2 level 3s, dog. My last one, I got busy. Like it's just, and then I exited. You know what I'm saying? I went home. But all I'm saying, dog, like if and when fools try to slander me, just make it make sense one time, dog. Just make it make sense. All this frivolous stuff, like dog, the proof is in the pudding, baby. Like I'm still walking around 7 years later. And when I was doing those almost 15 years, I was still walking around doing what I do. Like I'm about what I say I am. It ain't about being active, dog. Like I'm trying to figure out what these cats talking about. Like, is it an active southerner? Because I'm always gonna be a southerner, dog. It's just what it is. Like it don't matter 50, 60, 70 years old. I'm still gonna be a southerner. Gangbanging is different. Like you're equating the streets. You need to learn to differentiate the difference between the streets and prison. And prison activity is a lot different. On the streets, activity is gangbanging. Like you gotta learn it, baby. Like don't try to figure out the whole southern thing because it ain't. I mean, if you're not Southern, it doesn't really matter. But I'm gonna get up out of here, dog. That's all I want to do, dog. Real quick, like, try to discredit me. It don't work, dog. I'm still here. 7 years, like, still here, and it ain't hard to find me, but I'm still here, and I'm out.